Myself, Dr. Amarnath Shetty, professor in HIT Civil Engineering Department, Mangalore. We'll go for sixth question: sampling and the types of sampling. First step toward ascertain quality of water sample from the potential source by assessing physical, chemical, or even biological character via sampling. Okay. The most important things is that the sample must be representative of the entire source. It usually obtained in the middle of the lake, streams, and mid depth. First, first rinse the two bottle, four times with the water being collected. Then collect and seal, water with the airtight. There are three possible way to achieve the sample. Now, what is the sampling? Okay, sampling is the process of collection of the water for the treatment process in the laboratory. Okay, simple answer. What is the sampling? Okay, how we can take the sampling? Okay, first 2 liter polythene bottle. Okay, it should be washed with a clean water or distilled water. Then it should be washed with the collecting water. Okay, then water should be collected in the middle of the source. Okay, that should be from the contaminant possible middle of the source. Okay, water after collecting the water, it should be cap, sealed with the airtight cap, sealed with the airtight cap, and it should be named properly, labeled properly where the water is collected, time of the collection, everything labeled properly. Okay, labeled properly. After collecting the water, directly taken to the laboratory for treatment process. Okay, treatment process. Then, if it's possible, that only directly treatment is done with a calibrated instrument. Otherwise, next day we have to keep in refrigerator. Okay. Now, types of sampling, gram sampling. Okay. In this method, sample collected only at a one particular time in one particular area. Okay, technique is applicable assuming that the source is fairly larger volume than the point at which collected. If the quantity of the source is varying with the time, then the graph regular interval would be give the clear picture. Hence, the sample assumed to be representative of mm, compaction of the source of the time and the place only. Parameter that determine the technique include pH dissolved oxygen, residual chlorine, nitrate, and temperature. Graph sampling is mainly one place. Okay, same time, same one area. Example, one area will reflect the collection of the sample at the same time in the same area. Okay, not in different time in the area, same time, same particular time, particular same area in okay. Composite sampling is several or numerical individual sample taken regular interval over a different times, different period over a time period interval 24 over. Okay, then then this very important. Okay, composite. Then all the individual are analyzed and result are average of or all the samples are mixed and then analyzed. This often time consume costly process, and the sample representative should be representative of the uh, composition of the sources at the place only. Okay. Now we go for the integrated sampling. Okay. Third process, integrated sampling. If the quantity is expected to vary over space, not time, then this type of technique is suitable. Several sampling at varying location are taken for and analyzed. This type of sampling occurs simultaneously. This technique is a time consuming, laborious and costly. Okay, but this is the most suited technique representative sample where single person assumed to be non-representative in conversion of sources for both time and place. Okay. Now we go for the seventh question. Objectives of the water quality management. Okay. What are the objectives? Water quality management. Primary objective of water treatment and purification is collect the water best available source and subject it processing, which will ensure the water for good physical quantity free from unpleasant taste or odor and containing nothing which might be uh, detrimental to health. Okay, it is not possible to find absolutely pure water in nature. Chemically pure water is one which contains two parts of hydrogen and one part oxygen. Water drop just emitting out of the cloud and may be considered as a chemically pure water. Okay, but as the drop fall down, they absorb some gases and other matter. It is, however, not essential to have the chemical pure water. Some presence of minerals gives a good taste to water. Supplier water may be obtained drawing directly upon river, lakes or springs, depending largely depending largely upon the source from which they are derived. The various waters so obtained may differ greatly in purity and suitability for the purpose for which they are required. Underground water may contain much matter dissolved from the state through the which it passes. Shallow wells are much more prone to bacteria pollution than are deep. Stream and rivers impurities from the earth through the discharge of the sewage uh, and industrial effluent, and this carried to pond, lakes, and reservoirs. In the past, there have been many cases recurring appendix, okay, of the entire enteric fevers terrible to drinking water supply. Okay, this is the main objectives of the water quality management. Okay, how the water is taken, what the sources, what is the pure water, and okay. Now, question number 8. Waterborne diseases. We have to explain. Waterborne diseases. What is waterborne diseases? You all know the water quality is not good. The waterborne diseases is very important. Okay, World Health Organization has observed 80% of commercial diseases that transmit through the water. Okay, diseases like cholera, gastric, amoeba, diarrhea, polio, hepatitis. Okay, leprosy. So many are caused by bacteria. Excess of fluoride present in the water causes the dental for us, shelter for life. The permanent irreversible diseases weaken the bone structure. Patient become immobiles and bedridden. Excess of nitrate washes causes mother hemoglobin or blue baby symptom. It's the effect of hemoglobin in the blood and reduce its capacity to transport the oxygen to the cell. Nitrate in the water causes industrial effluent, agriculture runoff. Toxic ion, chromium, lead, arsenic, and pesticides of the water causes diseases affecting the kidney, liver, and blood pressure, paralysis, cancer, etc. is also caused. The toxic substances are due to the industrial effluent reaches the surface of the water surface. Okay. Okay, this is a very important. Okay, waterborne diseases. So many diseases come from the water. We know that that is the One is cholera, second one is uh, many typhoid, okay, diarrhea, polio, etc. by the water, industrial wastewater and some sewage water mixed with the water. These are the, if the fluoride is more dental fluoride skeletal fluoride, many bone diseases will produce by the waterborne diseases. Okay. This we go for the water quality. Ninth question, water quality, characteristics of water quality. Okay. For the purpose of classification, the impurity present in the water may be divided into following three categories. Physical characteristics, turbidity, color, temperature, taste and odor. Okay. Physical characteristics. Okay. Then we go for the chemical. First we will discuss about the physical characteristics. Okay. Turbidity. Turbidity is caused due to presence of suspended and colloid metal in the water. The character and amount of turbidity depend upon the types of soil over the water as smooth groundwater or less turbid, okay, than the surface water. Turbidity is measured, okay, turbidity uh, is measured. Resistance of the water passage through the light to the turbidity is expressed as NTU. Okay, Neplometer turbidity unit or ppm, parts per million, okay, milligram per liter. There are three types of turbidity rod, Jackson turbidity meter, Bailey turbidity meter. Or sample are poured into test tube and placed in a matter of unit of turbidity directly needed. Digital display. Drinking water should not have the turbidity more than 10 NTU. The best it will determine the detention time, settling, raw water, dosage, chlorine, required water, turbidity. Turbidity rod using the measure the turbidity in the field. It consists of aluminium rod about 20.3 centimeter in length, upper end, which is attached to the graduated non-stretchable tape or 12.2 centimeter long. Lower aluminium rod, okay, screw containing platinum needle, nickel ring, etc. Okay. Graduated tapes has a mark top specify the position of the eye test in order to find the turbidity. Okay. Jackson turbidity, this is the laboratory apparatus which is used to measure the turbidity when the more 100 ppm. It consists of metal stand holding the metal container and graduated glasses tube in it. Okay. The standard candle is placed below the stand. The water sample poured to image flame of standard candle seen in the turbid water glass tube. The level of the water glass tube is gradually increased. The image flame cases has been seen. High of the water column and measured in the graduated glass tube provide the measured turbidity of the water. A longer light bar 21.5 centimeter corresponded to 11 JTU, while light passes to 10.8 cm corresponding to 200 JTU, where 1 JTU is equal to 1 ppm. Okay, Bally's turbometer. Okay, this is very acute and perform when the turbidity of the sample is less than 5 units. It consists of galvanized iron balls which have two glass tubes are kept at one and 250 watts bulb with the reflector is placed at the another end. The tube contains standard solution of known turbidity while in the other tube water sample are kept. The tube held firmly in the platform with the below holes at the bottom end. The tubes are surrounded on the fourth side of by the blue cobalt plate at the bottom of the glass plate. Because of the cobalt plate, the blue light cast in both the tubes and comparison is made. If the light differ, another tube contains standard solution, different turbidity is introduced in the place of the first one till the color of the both tube is matched. The standard of this solution is given